Let's give you a taste of sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Entertainment today.
The ultimate entertainment extravaganza.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
This is Today 95.1 FM Port Voice of the People. It is time again for a rundown of the foreign news stories that made the headlines on the world today. I am Amaka Felix. In the headlines, Kenya High Court issues order halting replacement of Rigathi as DP. Iran says Hamas will survive after Yahya Sinwar's death. 7 die as crowded ferry collapses during celebration in U.S. Strait of Georgia. Brazilian president cancels trip to Russia for summit over head injury. Details in a bit. Egypt has been certified as malaria-free by the World Health Organization, WHO. WHO described the achievement as truly historic and the culmination of nearly a century of work to stamp out the disease. Globally, 44 countries and 1 territory have now been certified as malaria-free. Certification is granted by the WHO when a country has proven that the chain of indigenous malaria transmission by Anopheles mosquitoes has been interrupted nationwide for at least the previous 3 consecutive years. A country must also demonstrate the ability to prevent the re-establishment of transmission. Malaria kills more than 600,000 people every year, 95% of them in Africa, according to the WHO. Kenya's High Court has issued a temporary order stopping the replacement of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. The announcement came minutes after both Parliament and the Senate approved the appointment of Interior Minister Kithure Kindiki as the country's new deputy. Kindiki is a close ally of President William Ruto. Rigathi was removed from office late on Thursday after senators voted to impeach him on 5 out of 11 charges, including gross violation of the Constitution. He had failed to appear before them on Thursday to defend himself, requesting a postponement after being admitted to the hospital with chest pains, a request they had denied. Lawyers for the ousted deputy president then filed a court application to stop his removal from office, arguing that the allegations presented against him were unfounded and were not supported by evidence. The matter will be brought before a full bench on 24th October, which will determine the validity of the constitutional issues he has raised. It will be appointed by Chief Justice Martha Koome. The court order includes preventing Ruto from nominating a successor pending the determination of Rigathi's case. More than half of the populations in Sudan are in the high levels of acute hunger or worse, according to UN data. Free kitchens or tekias in war-ravaged Sudan are now facing shortage of funds and supplies as fighting continues to rage around the capital of Khartoum. The prolonged conflict between the Sudanese army and its rival, the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group, has lasted for more than a year. It has caused severe damage to the agricultural production, one of the country's pillar industries, resulting in a continued deterioration of the food security situation. The capital, Khartoum, and its surrounding cities of North Khartoum and Durman are among the most intense conflict areas, now with about 5 million residents trapped in the war zone. Away from Africa to the rest of the world, the head World Health Organization's Europe branch says up to 1,000 women and children needing medical care will shortly be evacuated from Gaza to Europe. Israel, which is besieging the war-devastated Palestinian territory, is committed to 1,000 more medical evacuations within the next months to the European Union. The head of WHO Europe branch, Hans Kluge, said the evacuations would be facilitated by the United Nations Health Agency and the European countries involved. The WHO Europe has already facilitated 600 medical evacuations from Gaza to 7 European countries since the latest war began there in October 2023. Kluge also expressed concern ahead of Ukraine's third winter of war. Fighting erupted on two fronts as Israel targeted what it said was a Hezbollah command center in the Lebanese capital, while in Gaza, rescuers reported 73 people killed in a single airstrike. The strikes on Hezbollah's South Beirut stronghold came after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused the Iran-backed group of attempting to assassinate him by targeting his residence. It also came as Israelis marked the week-long Jewish holiday of Sukkot. Lebanon's official national news agency said Israel's strike on the capital hit a residential building in South Beirut's Haret Hareik area near a mosque and a hospital. The Israeli military said it hit the command center of Hezbollah's intelligence headquarters and underground weapons facility in Beirut, and that it killed 3 Hezbollah militants in other strikes. Authorities in New Mexico say flooding caused by heavy rainfall has killed 2 people. The southern state was inundated with rainfall, prompting the National Weather Service to issue thunderstorm and flash flood warnings. According to the National Weather Service in Albuquerque, the city of Roswell set a new daily record of rainfall at 5.78 inches. A report by the New Mexico National Guard says about 290 people were rescued, out of which 38 were hospitalized. A New Mexico State Police spokesperson, Amanda Richards, warned that water levels had receded but remained high in the downtown area and near the Spring River Channel, which had overflowed. Former General Prabowo Subianto has been sworn in as president of Indonesia, seeking a more prominent position on the global stage for the world's 4th most populous nation. The 73-year-old fiery nationalist, accused of rights abuses during his time in the military, took the oath of parliament to officially succeed outgoing leader Joko Widodo. Prabowo has committed himself to Indonesia's non-aligned foreign policy, but has signaled that he will be bolder on the world stage. He made China his first foreign visit after his election 8 months ago, before embarking on trips to a dozen other countries, including Russia and Australia, where he signed a key security deal. About 44 Nigerians and Ghanaians have been deported to their home countries in a single flight by the United Kingdom. The UK Home Office said that the Nigeria and Ghana deportations were part of a major surge in immigration enforcement and returns. Since Labour came to power in July, 3,600 people have been returned to various countries, including about 200 to Brazil and 46 on a flight to Vietnam and Timor-Leste. There are also regular deportation flights to Albania, Lithuania and Romania. Deportation flights to Nigeria and Ghana are relatively rare, with just 4 recorded since 2020, according to data released under Freedom of Information rules. At least 7 people have died after part of a ferry dock collapsed in Georgia's Sapelo Island yesterday. Georgia's Department of Natural Resources, which operates the dock, said at least 20 people plunged into the water when the gangway collapsed. The incident happened at the Marsh Landing dock as crowds gathered for a cultural celebration. Multiple people have been taken to the hospital and search and rescue operations are underway. U.S. President Joe Biden said he and his wife Jill mourn the lives lost and pray for the injured and anyone still missing. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has cancelled a trip to Russia for a BRICS summit after injuring his head. Lula's office, which made the announcement, said he was taken to a hospital where doctors found he had suffered a cut to the back of his head and advised him against long-distance travel. According to local media, Lula fell in his bathroom over the weekend, causing a cut that required stitches. The 78-year-old will, however, participate by video conference in the BRICS meeting and will carry on his normal duties this week at the presidential palace in Brasilia. The BRICS summit would have been Lula's first face-to-face meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin this year. Health authorities in Pakistan say they have confirmed 6 more cases of polio, taking the number of infected children to 39 this year. Polio, an infectious disease that causes crippling paralysis among young children, has been virtually eliminated globally after decades-long vaccination drives. Pakistan and Afghanistan are the last remaining countries where it is still endemic. There is no cure for the disease, and paralysis caused by an infection is irreversible. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has disclosed that Hamas was alive and expressed optimism that he would survive despite the death of its leader, Yahya Sinwar, in an Israeli military operation in Gaza. Ali Khamenei, in a statement, revealed that the loss of Yahya Sinwar is certainly painful for the resistance front against Israel, but that it will not end at all with the martyrdom of Sinwar. Ali Khamenei insisted that Sinwar was the shining figure of resistance and struggle. He said late Sinwar stood with unwavering determination against a cruel and aggressive enemy and slapped them with tact and courage, saying that his death left behind the irreparable blow of October 7, 2023 as his legacy in the history of the region. A German airline group, Lufthansa, has extended the suspension of flights to Tel Aviv to November 10 amid Israel's war in Gaza and Lebanon. It also said its Eurowings airline will extend the suspension of its flights to Tel Aviv up to and including November 30. The Lufthansa Group, whose carriers also include Swiss International Airlines, Austrian Airlines, and Brussels Airlines, has repeatedly modified its flight schedule in recent months due to the heightened tensions in the Middle East. Its flights to Tehran and Beirut have also already been suspended until October 31 and November 30. Lufthansa had already announced that it would avoid Israeli airspace up until at least October 31 and that it would not use Iranian and Iraqi airspace until further notice, except for a corridor in Iraqi airspace for departures and arrivals to Erbil. That story from Germany concludes tonight's edition of The World Today, as produced by Odinakachi Celestin of the News Department. But before we go, here is a summary of the stories that made the headline. We told you that Kenya Court has issued order halting replacement of Rigathi as DP. You heard that Iran said Hamas will survive after Yahya Sinwar's death. We also told you that 7 people died as crowded ferry collapses during celebration in U.S. state of Georgia. Finally, Brazilian president cancelled his trip to Russia for summit over head injury. It's the same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely evening and thank you for listening.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Red is passion. Pink is for unconditional love. Blue is for loyalty. While black is secretive and mysterious.
Baby, tonight,
Let's talk about love. The passion, the bliss, the betrayal, and everything in between. On Lovey Dovey, Mondays to Thursdays from 11 p.m. beneath the night sky with the Namaka Felix on Today 95.1 FM. Unleash the power of the airwaves with the ultimate radio experience. Tune in to Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Don't just listen, immerse yourself.
That is 100% true.
BBC World Service. I'm Charles Gitonga in Nairobi with Focus on Africa. A case of suspected food poisoning that has shocked South Africa.
His face was starting to be purple. I took him off outside. I used water, just to wake him up. And he was not responding positively.
That's one mother's story. There's been a rise in the cases of alleged food poisoning. We'll look at the latest incident in Soweto. Also staying with South Africa, the relationship it shares with Taiwan and the one Taiwan shares with the rest of the continent. And a project in Mozambique to restore mangrove forests.
30,000 hectares of degraded mangroves will be replanted. It will also raise awareness in people to avoid cutting mangroves.
That's on the BBC Tonight in Focus. First, the news.
This is the BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. Moldovans are back changing the country's constitution to endorse joining the European Union, but they won a referendum on the issue by just a few thousand votes. The pro-EU president, Maya Sandu, said supporters had won a difficult first battle after her government accused Russia of being behind a large-scale vote-buying campaign.
They're targeted buying 300,000 votes and paying 150,000 people to vote shows we must look closely at where mistakes were made and learn from this miserable attack on our sovereignty. Unfortunately, the justice system did not manage to do enough to prevent theft and vote corruption, and here we will have to draw the line to correct what we did wrong and learn our lesson.
The Kremlin has denied interfering with the vote. President Biden's special envoy to Lebanon says all parties are working on producing a formula that brings an end to the Israel-Hezbollah conflict once and for all. He was speaking in Beirut, where he's been meeting the veteran Shiite leader Nabih Berri, who's negotiating on behalf of Hezbollah. Israeli strikes on Lebanon have continued despite his visit. Israeli police say they've dismantled a spy network gathering intelligence for Iran. The targets included the army base, which came under lethal attack by a Hezbollah drone 8 days ago. More from Sasha Schlichter.
The attack on the Golani Brigade base, which killed 4 Israeli soldiers and wounded more than 60, was a humiliation for Israel's air defenses. Now police say they're holding the men who collected the relevant information, handing it to Iran, which in turn supplied it to Hezbollah. The targets of the 7-member network allegedly included energy infrastructure and military bases. The arrests come at a febrile time when the world is watching how Israel will retaliate against Iran's massive ballistic missile attack of 3 weeks ago.
India says it's close to resolving a 4-year border crisis with China. The Indian Foreign Secretary, Vikram Misri, said the two countries had worked out an arrangement for patrolling their disputed frontier in the Himalayas. Nikhil Imandar reports.
The Indian government says this is a significant agreement and could lead to disengagement and a resolution of the standoff in the Galwan Valley region of Ladakh, where clashes had left 20 Indian and 4 Chinese soldiers dead in 2020. It's come after weeks of diplomatic and military negotiations between the two countries that have shared a frosty relationship for several years. The timing of the announcement is significant given India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to meet the Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Russia later this week for a summit of the BRICS nations.
That was Nikhil Imandar reporting from Mumbai. World News from the BBC. Police in Mozambique have used tear gas and live rounds to disperse protesters at the site where 2 associates of the main opposition presidential candidate were shot dead on Friday. Footage shows the leader of the Podemos party, Venancio Mondlane, and journalists running for cover in Maputo after shots were fired in their direction. Mr. Mondlane has been contesting the preliminary results of the general elections held earlier this month. Rwanda's health minister says the country's seen a significant reduction in Marburg infections. He said cases of the deadly hemorrhagic fever were down more than 90%, with no new infections detected in a week. Temesgen Devasai reports.
Speaking to journalists, Sabang Sanzimana said it was not the end of the outbreak, but a great step towards stopping it. The Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, visited a medical center treating Marburg patients in the Rwandan capital Kigali at the weekend. He hailed Rwanda's response to the outbreak and urged authorities to keep up the fight. There have been 62 cases and 15 deaths since the outbreak began last month. Health officials say only 3 cases remain active.
Germany has inaugurated a new multinational naval command centre in the Baltic port of Rostock. It's headed by a German admiral and staffed by personnel from 11 NATO countries, including 2 of the newest members, Finland and Sweden. Cuba's state electricity supplier says it's restored power to half of its customers in the capital Havana. Nearly all of Cuba's 10 million people have endured a blackout since the largest power station broke down on Friday. President Biden has announced plans to expand free contraception coverage without a prescription to 52 million American women of childbearing age with private and health insurance. The proposal comes 2 weeks before the US presidential election. BBC News.
Hello, I'm Charles Gitonga, and here's what's coming up for you on this edition of Focus on Africa. Why the relationship between South Africa and Taiwan is quite tense at the moment, and the wider one it shares with the rest of the continent.
Only one African country might recognize Taiwan, and that's Eswatini, which, as you know, is a very small country nestled between South Africa and Mozambique. There were others in the past, but systematically over the years they've switched sides. Only one recognizes Taiwan, all the others recognize Beijing, the People's Republic.
Also, the idea behind a new plan to plant 200 million mangrove trees in Mozambique. It's Monday, October 21st. First, we go to Soweto in South Africa. South Africa has recently been rocked by a series of food poisoning incidents. There have been a couple of serious cases recently. Just over a week ago, a sick child from Soweto died in hospital after allegedly eating a snack from a store in the area. This incident sparked outrage across the community, with some local residents calling for the closure of these shops. The parents allege that the children, who were mostly under the age of 10, became ill after eating contaminated snacks. Police had to intervene to stop parents from burning down the stores, which have now been forced to close, and the owners have gone into hiding. This mother lost her son.
I called my son, Jabulo, come here, come tell me what happened. And he said to me, my friends ate snacks. And I asked him, where did he buy the snacks? He said, around the passage. And I even repeatedly asked him, did you eat those snacks? He said no. And then I think after 10 minutes from that time, Jabulo started to change. His face was starting to be purple. And then I took him off outside. Actually, I used water, just to wake him up, and he was not responding positively. So I started getting worried. So I asked one of the neighbors to call my 2 daughters to come and help me. So I had to change and immediately left to find transport to get help. They put a drip on him. They tried their best. They did their best. Unfortunately, our children couldn't fight the poison. When they confirmed the poison, they said they found the rat poison in our children's system.
A moving account there of one of the parents who has lost a child. There are growing calls for government to ensure the safety of food sold at these shops. Post-mortem examinations are being carried out to establish exactly what caused the children's deaths. You may remember earlier this month there was another incident in Limpopo, to the northeastern part of the country, following another incident of alleged food poisoning at a primary school when 35 pupils were taken to hospital after they started vomiting. And then again, another case in Gauteng when 50 school children fell ill after consuming food. Today, there are reports in South Africa that different state departments and agencies in the country say they are dealing with a chemical agent that could be behind these tragic events. Remember, these incidents are now under investigation. I've been speaking to Orin Singh, a local journalist at Eyewitness News. We spoke specifically about the recent incident in Soweto.
The community and the parents, as far as they've been able to establish, alleged that the children had visited what we call as spaza shops, otherwise known as an informal trader. And the children had visited those shops during the course of the day. And the parents alleged that they had purchased chips from one of the 2 spaza shops situated on that road. And these chips are not branded chips. They come in a clear plastic packet. This specific type of chips is referred to as brown dash within the community. And these children had been seen eating those chips, and one of the children who actually subsequently died, one of these chips packets was found in his pocket. So shortly after consuming these chips, allegedly, the children had broken up and gone to their various homes, and they all complained of the same thing when they reached home, that they were very hungry. That's the one thing each of the family members told us. And so the parents started preparing food for them and giving them stuff to eat. And then not long after that, they started complaining of tummy cramps. They had pains within their stomach. They started sweating profusely. And then a number of them collapsed. And they were frothing at the mouth and so forth. And this happened within a period of possibly an hour upon each of these children returning home. Most of the children were taken to a local clinic. One of the young boys, who was 7 years old, he passed away in the vehicle, in his mom's arms, on the way to the clinic. Another young girl, Monica Sebutwane, she was 6 years old. She passed away at her home before her father could even get an ambulance. And so 5 of these children died on that Sunday within a matter of 2 to 3 hours. And that led to an uproar within the community. The community broke into those shops, basically shut them down, looted those shops, and police had to come in and get involved and stop the community from actually burning those shops down.
Talk to us just a bit more about these spaza shops. What are they, what's the setup like, and what do they sell?
In South Africa, there's a bit of mixed emotions when it comes to spaza shops, because a lot, I wouldn't say majority, but a lot of the spaza shops are operated by foreign nationals. And over the years, they've developed quite a bad reputation of selling goods that seem to be expired, that are expired, not having goods that are up to quality in terms of the National Consumer Commission. And that's the body in South Africa that monitors goods that are sold to informal traders. But it's not all of the spaza shops operated within South Africa are operated by foreign nationals. There are South African owners who also operate spaza shops. But in any given spaza shop, you would find your everyday things. Some of them stock bread, milk, a lot of snacks, chips. So you'd be able to get dishwashing liquid, sanitary stuff, and so forth. They're convenient because they're situated within the community and within walking distance from these people's houses. Subsequently, after this incident, the National Consumer Commission, together with the Department of Health in Gauteng, Police and Home Affairs, have basically started to clamp down on spaza shops in Naledi. It's just unfortunate that an incident like this had to happen again after last year's tragedy, for them to wake up and do something. But they've been doing a series of raids or inspections on spaza shops in Naledi, and basically going to find out, number one, are the people who are renting these premises, and number two, the second thing they go and try and do is establish what products they have in the spaza shop, whether these products are expired, and where do these products come from, because the biggest question is who is supplying the products to the spaza shops. And the biggest issue that the National Consumer Commission have found is that these spaza shops don't keep a sales record. So it becomes very difficult for the authorities to ascertain as to who they've sold to, and also where did they obtain the product from. It's an issue that's been going on for some time, where we haven't seen health inspectors actually going out, just buildings that are generally bad within the city of Joburg. Proper inspections aren't carried out.
South African journalist Orin Singh. A diplomatic row is now brewing between South Africa and Taiwan. That's after the South African government requested for Taiwan, the Asian nation, to relocate its representative office from Pretoria to Johannesburg. The South African government has set a deadline for the move by the end of October, allegedly under pressure from China. According to reports from Taiwan, the country's Ministry of Foreign Affairs is actively attempting to persuade South Africa to withdraw its demands. So what's going on? Before we find out, let me tell you a bit about the historic relationship between the two countries. Did you know that during the apartheid regime, South Africa recognized Taiwan and not China until South Africa's new democratically elected government in 1994? It was South Africa's then President, Nelson Mandela, who was quite keen to maintain formal relations with both China and Taiwan. But standing in his way was Beijing's One China policy. In this policy, China insists that there is only one Chinese government, and countries which hold formal ties with China cannot do the same with Taiwan, which China sees as a breakaway province to be unified with the mainland one day. This therefore meant South Africa's formal relationship with Taiwan wasn't possible, even though Taiwan is an independent country. So Taiwan has offices which act as a formal embassy in South Africa. I've been speaking to foreign affairs journalist for the Daily Maverick in South Africa, Peter Fabricius, and asked him if this decision by South Africa to move Taiwan's office was a downgrade.
No, it would be a downgrade. I mean, Taiwan likes to maintain its position as, I suppose, if you like, a kind of unique entity to be downgraded from its current liaison office, which is a kind of a sort of embassy, to a trade office, I think is humiliating in a way for them.
Is there anything that having a liaison office in Pretoria would give you that Johannesburg wouldn't? It's
obviously more symbolic than anything else. I mean, Pretoria is the capital. It's where all the other embassies are. It's where all the other diplomats are based. And, you know, Taiwan does like to associate itself with those other embassies which give it, if you like, a kind of de facto recognition.
So why is South Africa then doing this?
They're part of BRICS, so they have a relationship with China through BRICS. They also have quite a big trade relationship with China, which is now South Africa's single largest national trading partner.
How is Taiwan likely to react?
According to Taiwanese media, it is contemplating how it should retaliate. For example, the issues that have been mentioned are tightening up on visas, supposedly around about 5,000. Generally, it's young South Africans who teach English in Taiwan. And so there's been some sort of suggestion that might be cut down or restricted or terminated. And there's apparently, according to these reports, what Taiwan might do is retaliate directly by demanding that South Africa move its office out of Taipei into what's called New Taipei, which is a kind of a nearby but separate city.
Let's talk about Taiwan's relationship with the continent, because in an article that you wrote a few years ago, you said Taiwan has now become an almost forgotten casualty of China's big drive into Africa. Tell us more.
The measure of that really is that only one African country now recognizes Taiwan, and that's Eswatini, which, as you know, is a very small country. There were others in the past, but systematically over the years they've switched sides. And I mean, a lot of it is to do with material inducements, aid, whatever, investment, trade, etc. And of course it's quite difficult to be the odd man out. So, the pressure of conformity has been very strong as well.
But how was that relationship then with these African countries before China became this big economic and political force in Africa?
Taiwan conducted its relationship with African countries pretty much along the conventional lines. Quite a lot of aid, as most developed countries focus on in their relationship with African countries.
What then can Taiwan do to navigate this?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's a huge amount it can do, to be honest. I mean, what it tried to do was to step up its own aid to compete with China. And there was a period, I think before Xi Jinping became president, when there was a kind of almost an unwritten agreement between China and Taiwan that they would not compete with each other. And then I think Xi Jinping, though, has made the recovery of Taiwan a major part of his foreign policy platform. And many would think maybe also getting Taiwan back into China as his major legacy as a leader.
I wonder if you could tell us what kind of relationship then Taiwan has with Eswatini, the only country on the continent that recognizes it.
Well, it's useful to Taiwan to a degree because it's a kind of last foothold that it has on the continent. Taiwan regards the recognition as an important survival instrument, actually. And from Eswatini's point of view, it gets quite a lot of aid, from Taiwan. It gets some investment. There's Taiwanese textile factories which are to some degree linked to recognition. So, yeah. It comes with some benefits, and I guess you could say in some ways some costs, but that's the choice they made.
Does that cost include, the relationship with China, that is for Eswatini?
Well, China does not allow anyone to pursue a two-China policy, so if you recognize Taiwan, then you by definition don't recognize Beijing, so it doesn't get invited to the FOCAC, for example, a Forum for China-Africa Cooperation, which is quite a big deal. And also comes with quite a lot of material benefits for those African countries that are part of China's stable. But somewhere down the line, who knows, maybe they will switch as well.
I wonder if we can flip the coin and look at whether African countries should be rethinking their relationship with Taiwan and not really place all their allegiances to China.
That would be the logical thing, actually, from Africa's perspective, to have relationships with both, if it was possible, which is what Mandela was attempting 26 years ago, but that isn't possible. So my own view is that they shouldn't allow themselves to be bullied in a way, I mean, Taiwan wouldn't mind very much if countries recognize, both Taiwan and China, and they fully recognize China themselves. It obviously comes with full UN blessing and so on that, the UN only recognizes China, even the US since 71 or 2 only recognizes China, but it doesn't justify the kind of thing that we're seeing now in place of South Africa. So, I mean, the kind of relationship that South Africa's got with Taiwan and Beijing is something which other, African countries could also emulate. But, a few years ago, Nigeria had a similar issue. China objected to Taiwan having an office in the capital, Abuja. And so Nigeria compelled Taiwan to move its office out of Abuja to Lagos in the same way that we believe that China is trying to force South Africa to compel Taiwan to move its office from Pretoria to Johannesburg. I guess for African countries, the idea would be to try to maintain the best relationship that they can with Taiwan in these circumstances.
South African journalist Peter Fabricius. This is Focus on Africa from the BBC World Service. To Mozambique now. The country is on the front line of the climate crisis, with intense tropical storms hitting on a regular basis. The destruction caused by these storms is made worse by deforestation because of logging. But now a Gulf-based company, Blue Forest, says it has secured a contract to plant 200 million mangrove trees along Mozambique's vast coastline. For the Mozambique government, this will be the start of a much-needed regeneration. I spoke to reporter Jose Tembe to learn more about this initiative. Start by telling us the ways in which Mozambique has been affected by climate change.
Climate change caused here by, among other things, deforestation, pollution, and poor waste management has led to critical natural disasters, including drought, flooding, and cyclones. And these have been very deadly and destructive to public and private property. Mangroves are very important for, among other things, coastal protection against erosion and violent storm surges. In addition, mangroves are highly crucial to sequestrate carbon dioxide and improve water quality by filtering water pollutants. Furthermore, they provide critical habitats for species like fish, shrimps, crabs, and birds.
So, how is the loss of that ecosystem then impacting the ecology of Mozambique and the people that live there?
Well, the devastation of mangroves in Mozambique have had significant negative impact on the country's ecology. For instance, the destructive and deadly natural disasters coupled with erosion and poor living conditions of species. Mozambican ecologist Carla Mahman says that projects like this, the planting of mangroves, are essential not only to protect the coastline but also the livelihoods of the people who live there.
Having a protected, well-maintained mangrove ecosystem means we'll have a rich diversity of trees and plants, as well as marine and river-dwelling creatures. This will benefit us economically, socially, and environmentally. We'll be healthier because the mangrove trees will absorb carbon dioxide and transform it into oxygen, which will give us a purer environment. At the same time, the mangroves will act as a nursery for both marine and bird species. There'll also be a wider variety of fish. This will boost our economy because fishermen will have lots to sell and they'll have more money to buy what they need and pay for services.
Tell me then about this Gulf-based company called Blue Forest and why they would be interested in a project that seeks to restore mangroves in Mozambique.
Well, Blue Forest is a Gulf-based global developer of large-scale mangrove restoration projects. So this is a specialized company on mangroves, especially in their restoration. So I spoke to the company's founder and the chief executive officer, Vaid Foturi, who has this to say.
The core objective is to first restore the degraded areas that exist along our coastline and which add up to about 30,000 hectares of degraded mangroves. And secondly, to conserve the standing mangroves that are there, which span across about 120,000 hectares. We understand it's very important to engage with the communities and have them feel a sense of ownership of the project, because if you don't do that, the degradation will continue.
That's Vahid Fotuli, who is the CEO of Blue Forest. Jose, were there other local companies that could have taken up this project, or even companies from African countries that could have done it?
This was such one of 40 bids, and according to the government, there's still plenty of other companies interested and under evaluation or on feasibility study. These are national and international, including African companies that, if also approved, they may also contribute to help restore mangroves and improve Mozambique's economic, human, and other social aspects.
So help us then understand a bit more about that project. Is it a long-term project? How long will it take, and how many more companies might get involved in the process?
This project is very important. As I explained, 30,000 hectares of degraded mangroves will be replanted, and the company Blue Forest will conserve about 120,000 hectares of standing mangroves. So in addition to restoring, it will also raise awareness in people to avoid cutting mangroves and to replant wherever mangroves are destroyed.
So in terms of the community then, involving the community, in what ways are mangroves used by the communities?
Communities have used the mangroves in construction mainly. That's why they destroy them, but also they destroy them when they search for fisheries products in the seas. You know, Mozambique has a long, vast coastal area of about 2,500 kilometers. Along these places, you have many different communities who use the sea for fishing, and when they destroy the mangroves, the species in the sea can hardly reproduce. The destructed mangroves also have a bad impact, not only on the fisheries, but on the communities themselves, because it will be easy for the land to be eroded, so the erosion will expand and eat more and more of land, which they need for other purposes.
Jose Tembe there, BBC journalist based in Mozambique. Focus on Africa was put together by Patricia Whitehorn, Stefania Kereke, Amy Leibovitz, Audrey Brown and Nasha Michelle in London. Connie Sharp was the senior journalist in charge and Nick Randell was the technical producer. Our editors are Andre Lombard and Alice Mudengi. I'm Charles Gitonga. Goodbye for now.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Red is passion. Pink is for unconditional love. Blue is for loyalty. While black is secretive and mysterious.
Baby, tonight's the night.
Let's talk about love. The passion, the bliss, the betrayal, and everything in between. On Lovey Dovey, Mondays to Thursdays from 11 p.m. beneath the night sky with D. Namaka Felix on Today95.1 FM.
Everybody move your body now. Forget about the today. Everybody move your body now. Tomorrow is a good day. Everybody move your body now. Forget about the blue day. Everybody move your body now. Tomorrow is a good day. Imagine that, àfihàn tó ṣe dandan pé kò ṣe mọ́. Imagine that, pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìfẹ́ tí mo ti fi fún. Imagine that, kí ló fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá lọ. Imagine that, tó bá lọ. Imagine that, àfihàn tó ṣe dandan pé kò ṣe mọ́. Imagine that, pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìfẹ́ tí mo ti fi fún. Imagine that, kí ló fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá lọ. Imagine that, tó bá lọ. Imagine that. Every time I try to settle down and have a wife, every time I fail to make them smile, every time I try not to make them cry, they turn and say goodbye. The very first girl really had the worst words for me. She told me I was such a loser, and that's why she was gonna break up with me. Everybody can you imagine that? Àfihàn tó ṣe dandan pé kò ṣe mọ́. Imagine that. Gbogbo ìfẹ́ tí mo ti has to go. Imagine that. Kí ló fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá lọ. Imagine that. Tó bá lọ. Imagine that. Àfihàn tó ṣe dandan pé kò ṣe mọ́. Imagine that. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìfẹ́ tí mo ti fi fún. Imagine that. Kí ló fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá lọ. Imagine that. Tell me why my sun is always darker into rain. Tell me why my heart must feel such pain, and why it's so hard for me to explain the way my soul feels pain. The very last girl said she knew I'd be ashamed of her. She said that I should please forgive her, but that she was having another man's baby girl. Everybody, can you imagine?
Would you be my lover? Would you be my lover? How many people would like to know? Actually, I cannot do that thing where I want to ask this question. If I throw it open, I want to believe that quite a number of you would want to be my lover, but then you have to pass a series of tests because, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like I'm complicated in a sexy way. So if you are going to be my lover, honey, you would have to You would have to be a lot, because I mean it takes a lot to be my lover, so I mean, if I don't tell you the truth, who will? It does take a lot to be my lover, so it's something you want to maybe consider, you want to think about, but it's something you would definitely enjoy because there are benefits, huge benefits that come with being my lover. For instance, premium food. So I think I was having a conversation with some of my friends. Let's see, what was that even? And well, this is what we're asking, like what we bring to the table and stuff. And I told my friends that I bring premium food to the table. But I was actually hold up. I feel like I need to explain what I mean by premium food because somehow you guys will carry me to where I don't know. When I say premium food, I mean food as in the food you eat with your mouth. The food you eat with your mouth, the one that goes into your belly, not the one that goes into any other place. Because you'll be doing lots of things with your mouth, with your lips these days, and I'm scared for y'all because the places your lips are touching and entering. Y'all be doing so much. You people do a lot. So I'm basically referring to food as in plantain, as in bread, as in rice. So I said premium food and well, we laughed about it and all of that. So and that's that. So I'm not categorically saying that that's what I would, but it's part of the package. And are we still standing on the mandate of the way to a man's heart is through his stomach? Well, because if we're standing on that mandate still, then I'm good, right? Yeah, so if I say I have food to offer, cooking prowess, cooking ability to offer it to a man, that's like, if I say that's what I bring to the table, I'm on the right track, right? That is if please, you guys should share updates. So that is if we're still standing on the mandate of the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But if we're not standing on that mandate, people should tell me, let me not go and fall, please. Give me updates. Are we standing on that mandate or not? So if we're standing on that mandate, I know that, okay, so I'm covered. But if we're not standing on that mandate, it means that I have to bring something else to the table. So you guys should tell me so I can change my strategy, come up with something new, be innovative. I am innovative ordinarily, so coming up with something new will not be such a problem, Anyway, how are you, my lovey-dovey people? Lovey-dovey crooners, how are you doing? I hope you had an eventful weekend. Did I have an eventful weekend? Not really. I should have had on Saturday. But you see, I refused to take my lazy self to the event I had. Basically because I had to work and I was tired. Look, I don't like going out so much on Saturdays. Anything that has to do with evening movement, because I have to work, so going out on Saturdays is but you see Sundays, please, I'm there for you. And of course weekdays, say for the times I have to be here to do lovey-dovey with you guys, then I will be available. But generally, when it comes to going out there, I suck at it. It's a habit. Well, some people say it's a bad habit. I didn't know it was a bad habit until some friends started complaining recently. You don't like going anywhere. We say come here, you don't want to come. You don't do this, you don't want to do that. And well, now I'm not saying I'm changing because transport is cost. Please. I cannot categorically promise that I'm changing. Transport is cost. But what I can say is I can try, I can try, and I'm trying. At least I'm going out. Like yesterday, Sunday, I didn't sleep at home, so please, when I say I didn't sleep at home, before you people think I went to go and stay with man, please, men are dangerous. At least to the best of my knowledge, but they might be dangerous in a good way, so I think it's in the middle, they are a necessary evil. I would describe men as a necessary evil, so they have their uses. But anyway, just in case you are wondering, please, I went to be with family. I did not go to cinema. Okay, I've been postponing, moving and not being, I've been unavailable for family. So yesterday was their day. I couldn't escape yesterday's invasion. Okay, so my weekend got interesting from there on. Yeah, from going out to be with family, one or two stops here and there, and then to today coming to do WW with you. Yeah, my favorite time on the radio is when I'm here with you guys for WW. Woo! All right, how are you? How did your weekend go? I hope that you had a good weekend as well. I hope you had fun. I hope you did the things you want to do. I know that Nigeria is difficult right now and having fun might be a far cry, but I'm glad that we have lovey-dovey to distract us, from all the wahala, because me, one of the things that is annoying me like this, apart from fuel price, because it has tripled the price of transport, so you want to go to this place and you can just conveniently, book an Uber or something, and then they're calling so much money for you. I really play this money is a pot of soup. For those of you who like soup, but me, I'm basically thinking plantain bunch. Yeah, most times I'm thinking plantain bunch. I'm thinking a pot of stew or a pot of chicken sauce. The things I like to eat. Nothing really concerns me with soup shop, because I'm not a soup person. I can go years without soup. Yeah, actually. But then when it comes to the things I like to eat, and the fact that bread is now expensive. See, when I think about the fact that bread is expensive, it hurts me so much. Last week, my colleague was asking me when I want to start baking. Well, no, it was not last week. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was last week. It was Faustina. Faustina was asking me when I want to start baking. And I said, hell, thinking about all the things I have to do, I have to get ready to be able to bake. That one too is depressing. Gas is still expensive, flour is expensive, baking pan is expensive, yeast is expensive, everything is expensive. So what do I do? And I have to eat bread though. But anyway, I hope you guys are not like me. Through it all, I hope there's something that makes you happy, at the end of the day. So if lovey-dovey makes you happy, I'm happy for you. So we're going to have fun, talking and getting to hear from each other. Yeah, so it's Monday. It's the 21st day of October. October is running. It's October. We're 2 months to the end of 2024. So on Saturday, one of my friends was telling me he has not achieved what he set out to achieve at the beginning of the year. He said he has not achieved everything, like to the end. He said he has, gotten some things, but then he has not gotten the rest. And I was like, okay, but the paramount is that you're alive. So my mom asked me this afternoon. I was on the phone with my mom this afternoon, and then she went, is there good news? I'm like, yes, the fact that we are alive is good news. The fact that we're alive is good news. Please, nobody should pressure anybody. Are you alive? And in the midst of the crazy, through all of the difficulties, everything we're currently experiencing as a people, you can find food to eat. Honey. And then if you have extra, okay, I know that nobody really has extra at this period, but then if you think there's a way you can squeeze yourself and you have extra and you can give to somebody, somebody around you who is in need, please extend that helping hand. It will go a really, really long way. Thank you for being amazing in advance. Anyway, welcome to this nice episode of Lovey Dovey. We will talk. There's a drama going on between Timaya and Empress and Jama. I thought this drama was long over, but I saw a recent post where she called out the singer, talking about him taking back the items he bought for her, after their breakup. And I said, okay, we're going to talk about it tonight, please. because apart from Empress Njama's situation, I've noticed that it's some things that some guys do. So my family friends were telling me this afternoon of a story where two people in a relationship, one guy, so the girl cheated on the guy leading to their breakup. You know, she went to sleep with somebody else who happens to be a friend of her boyfriend or something, and then she was paid, how much was it, 5,000 or something like that. You know, like it was a very, silly situation right there. But then I think she got played, and that the boyfriend collected the iPhone, what he bought for her, and there were other privileges, he withdrew. And I'm like, okay, so you were dating somebody who gave you this and that, who showed you that he wanted you in his life, and who, was nice to you, who was generous. And then you decide to go and sleep with somebody who is, somebody who didn't even have the decency of giving you good money. At least to say something to cover your transport for to and fro. Let's say maybe you had a relationship in mind. Maybe for you it was not just the sex, it was not just hit and run. Maybe you wanted more. You felt that there was going to be more. Maybe due to the way the guy came on to you or something, you felt like he really liked you. But then the fact that this guy didn't think to give you enough money to at least cover your transport to and fro is insulting. And it's crazy. But then, guys, we talk about retrieving gifts in the event of a breakup. That's on the conversation tonight. So you men that have gone back to collect a gift or two from a woman you were dating, or a woman you were having sex with, when she withholds the sex, or when the relationship ended, you went to collect all the things that you bought for her. Okay, well, tonight is your night. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Bring your chairs closer. You should sit pretty, because I'm here for you. You people will explain why you do that stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm on your side or if I'm against. I don't know if I'm opposing or if I'm proposing. Am I opposing or supporting? No, because it's not something I propose, please. But opposing or supporting, I've not decided yet. I haven't decided yet, okay? But just keep your fingers crossed, okay? Keep your fingers crossed and stay with me on this dial. We'll talk about it. And if it's something you do, you tell me why you do it. And if you think it's necessary, I'd just really love to get your thoughts, all of your thoughts. Let me know if it's something that you support, if it's something you have done before, if it's something you would do, and all of that. It's lovey-dovey, guys. The Amaka of Port Harcourt is here with you. So I hope you are ready for tonight's conversation.
I love you, sky. I could see, don't let me down. I did feel you know be lie. Oh, but my soul inside the door. If you know they my body, my mind go they bust you. If you know they my body, you know they my body. Oh Lord of mercy, be like something that do me oh.
I'm gonna take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse, yeah. I never blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you. I'm gonna take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse, yeah. I don't go blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you.
For you know, I love you forever. Baby, all I do it for you.
Take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse it. I never blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you. I'm gonna take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse it. I don't go blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you. Mamacita, fine chica. Usipina usita, my indica sativa. I know go fit, I know fit to let you go. Loving me, loving you till we bye. Makuma, I will say, baby, more beauty and time, baby.
Makuma, I will say, baby, more beauty and time, baby.
I'm gonna take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse it. I never blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you. I'm gonna take care of you, yeah. You don't go hurt, I refuse it. I don't go blow you no fuse. My chica bonita be you.
Alright, beautiful people, this is me giving you beautiful songs because why not? On WW you get premium content only. So premium content comes premium songs, premium conversations, premium voices, because y'all be talking to me and be giving me all the voices. I think actually going forward, you people should be giving me 90 voices. Yeah. So when you call in and you're talking to me, use your 90 voice. I tell people I have night voice and I have morning voice because sometimes people call me in the morning, yeah. And I don't like taking calls in the morning, especially when I'm sleeping. Except it's the morning where I'm not, I didn't work the previous night, so I didn't have to sleep late or something. But don't call me in the morning. I most likely will not pick, except I check. And if I notice that for you to be calling me at that time, it's serious. Yeah. If it's serious, I will pick. If it's somebody who doesn't call conventionally. But there are people when they call me in the morning, they should know that I'll be sleeping. So why are you calling me by this time of the morning? Please. I'll call you when I wake up. So I'll just, get up because my phone, my ringtone can wake me up. So I'll just get up, look at the phone, and okay, I'll talk to you later, honey. I'll call you back. So I only take the call if I say that okay, it's most likely going to be important. But if it can wait, please, if the call will have to wait, so when I wake up and then everything. Because another thing is, there's people I don't like talking to. I have like some really crazy friends. I talk to them in the morning and they'll tell me I sound like I'm moaning. And I'm like, why are you people like this? There are so many people who are dirty minded because I'm here sounding normal, and then you're telling me what? And it's early in the morning. How do you even say that somebody sounds like they are mourning in the morning? As in early mama. Don't you do other things in the morning? I've been told that men like to do stuff with their early morning erection, so I think that's where this whole thing comes from, right? Because people have been doing stuff. Because if people are not doing things, they will not be accusing me of mourning in the mornings, because they know that, with men having what they have, the whole early morning erection thing, and all of that. So, but the good thing is, I'm alone, please. I don't know why people have to associate me with, being climbed or climbing anybody. I don't do such. And I will not say it again, because you will come for me and then you start telling me, oh Maka, you don't want to tell us what you're doing and all of this. Please, I'm not doing anything, but then you can tell me what you're doing, because I know you guys are doing stuff. Yeah, the thing is, you cannot deny your own. I know you are doing things, but it's okay. I mean, if it makes you happy, whatever rocks your boat, really. And I'm all in for your happiness, so whatever makes you happy, I will support you. Trust me, 100%. You have my 100% support. Whatever makes you happy, I'm all in for it. Okay, so that makes you happy. All right, I was giving you guys just though that actress Empress Njama. Most of you know her. So she dated Timaya, plantain boy. She dated Timaya, our plantain boy. For those of you from River State, your Bayelsa brother, your Ijo brother. Yeah, so he was doing a lot. They dated. I don't know why I recently saw that, post that, I don't know why she made it again. I don't know if they went back to, because I know they dated a long time ago. I think I heard of their relationship while I was in the university or something. If I'm not getting my dates wrong, they dated like a long time ago. Now I don't know if they continued dating, because after that time, I remember her saying, it was trending then that Timaya, after their breakup, Timaya he went back to collect the car he bought for her. I think he bought her an SUV or something while they were together. So after the breakup, he went back to collect the SUV. And so it was trending then. And then they were doing this whole boys, if you gift a girl something in a relationship, when the relationship ends, go and collect it. So for those of you who buy phones after the relationship ends, go and take it and stuff, I said okay. So that whole situation trended. I don't know why it's trending again, why it came back now, where they're now saying so let's see. They said she now made a post. She's like, how do you date somebody who, let me even go and read that thing that I saw, because I saw it online. And while I was shocked, because I'm like, I thought this ship has sailed. So how come, this woman is making this assertion? How come she's saying, she wrote this, where is this coming from? Okay, yeah, let me read what I saw online. So it says, what kind of man collects gifts from a woman at the slightest provocation? So she says, she wrote, some of us say I no go ever marry, but life doesn't begin and end with marriage. Whenever we have a small quarrel, he goes like, Empress, where that phone may I buy for you? And then slams it. That is, he takes the phone from her. If they have a small argument, he takes the phone he bought for her from her, and then boom, phone don't go. Like, he smashes the phone. Every time I get a call from colleagues or friends, I will get, babe, who be that? Height of low self-esteem and exposure. We had normal lovers quarrel. Next thing, Oga came to my house with a tow van to carry the Tokumbo motor. She wrote Tokumbo motor. He bought for me. Who does that? I beg, make him relationship rest. I say sharp. When I read this, I just went sharp. I'm surprised at this because, and I'm hoping that this is even, true, because the last time I checked, except they went back together or they got back together, but I know that this happened like a long time ago, where she, wrote things, and maybe it's coming back because there's now this trend where boys tend to go back to retrieve gifts they gifted girls when the going was good. Ladies, have you been in a relationship with a man, and in the event of a breakup, maybe when you were dating, he bought you fan, he bought you phone, he bought you clothes, maybe he bought you clothes. Like, some men like to go shopping for their women. There are men who will literally go to buy because, they like this dress, they feel like it will look good on the woman they are with, so some men are sweet like that. Some men are sweet like that, and shout out to all those men. Hello, sweet men. Look, if you buy stuff for your woman, I mean, not just giving her money to shop. Giving her money is, of course, blissful, please. I'm not even going to act like it is not blissful, okay? Giving her money is definitely blissful, but the extra thing is you're actually going to the shop, seeing a shoe, and then saying you want to buy the shoe for your woman because you think it's to look good on her, because you know it to look good on her. Or then there's that dress that would, turn heads when she walks by, and you buy it, guy. You're a sweet man. If they've not told you before, I'm telling you now, you are a sweet man. Yeah, if you give money to go and shop, if you buy hair, I know you guys are saying, Amaka, this. Calm down. I just said I want to give you guys your flowers because there are men who are legit sweet. Some men were raised right. They know how to take care of women. They know how to do those things. And then if you don't know, no problem. Don't beat yourself up. If you don't know, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to learn? That's the thing. So if you're ready to learn, please, we're here to teach you. At least I'm here to teach you, I know that I did for you, so I can teach you the things that you don't know, so you can learn and become a better man, so you can now become an odogu that we'll be proud of, the kind of odogu that we would sing his praises. You get my point? Yeah. So to all the sweet men out there, all the sweet men, I greet you in his language you and I understand. No, not you and I. Those of you who are single, or if you're single, I greet you in a language that you and I understand. But if you are in a relationship, if you're in a relationship or in a relation goat, if you are in a relationship or a relation goat or a relation boat, please, I'm greeting you in the language you and your lover understands, okay? Yeah, so just that language. Take it, and then, let's have it. So you're a sweet man, So imagine doing all those things. Imagine being a sweet man. And then in the end, in the event of a breakup, you go and unsweeten all the things you sweetened in the process or while you were dating. Imagine going to unsweeten all the things you sweetened. And guys, why you do like that? Have you ever done something like that before? Really? I heard that it happens. Okay, and would I support or oppose? I'm human, I'm a woman, but then I have brothers, so I have brothers. I'm not even an advocate for a man spending carelessly. Yeah, I have brothers, so I mean, there are amazing men in my life, so I'm not an advocate for a man spending carelessly. I feel like you can be generous, yeah. At the same time, don't be stingy, please. So you can be generous, yeah. You can be nice to the woman you are dating. It should be at your discretion. Relationships are not poverty alleviation skills or schemes, rather. If a person needs to eat, except of course you are okay with funding a person's lifestyle, because I know it's something some of you are okay with doing. There are men, I've seen men who would buy down to sanitary pads for their women. I've seen men who are like that. Every single thing they are buying, they won't complain. So it depends, really. If you're that type of man, well done. But if you're the type of man who is, trying to build for yourself and something, and then you don't think you want to spend, frivolously, it's fine. You have the rights to your money. But Ejo, don't be stingy. Don't be stingy as per. I don't expect you, because except you do not adopt a person just because you are dating them doesn't mean you have adopted the person. So if a guy, you get into a relationship, you have not adopted the woman. She has parents. Even if she doesn't have parents, she should work and earn money, except she's incapacitated. I mean, except she's disabled or something. But a person with 2 hands and 2 legs should make their own money, really. And so be it something little, and then you augment, you support. I'm an advocate for support, at least until you get married. If it's in marriage, I know this person has become your responsibility. The only basis or the only place I accept that a woman becomes a man's responsibility is in marriage. If relationship, honey, hold your peace, please. Don't disgrace your family members outside. Don't come and be an orphan just because a guy decided he likes you and then he wants to date you. Don't be an orphan. Please have some self-respect. Because you now begin to see certain posts on social media. I've been seeing posts on social media where, guys are calling out girls who automatically become orphans when they get into relationships. They are billing their boyfriends. Some girls will go as far as asking for allowance. Allowance for what? As what? It's different if it's the man who offers. I did say that there are men who are like that and they want to give like that, okay? That's not a problem. I'm not even condemning those men. If it comes from the man, please enjoy it, honey. Sister, sit pretty and chop the money. That's what I feel. That's how it is for me. If it's coming from the man, sit down. If he says don't lift a finger, honey, don't lift a finger. Relax. At least what's the name of that Messier case design again? Please relax, not relax. So relax and be taken care of. Okay? So if the man says, baby girl, don't do anything, I will take care of you, I will do every single thing, honey, please enjoy that. But if that is not the type of man he is, maybe he's also struggling financially, he's doing the best he can, please don't be a poverty. Don't see the relationship as a poverty alleviation scheme. Please don't put so much pressure on him. And that's how you now begin to see posts on social media. You're billing me, you're telling me to do things for you that your father cannot do for you. Because if your father can do those things for you, why are you not asking me? Your innocent father will just be where he is. Stray bullets will just be torture. I mean, stray bullets. The man is innocent. Like, it's not his fault. You turned out the way you did. More than half the time at this, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that you have decided that you want to kill somebody's son with billing. And so he'll just be where he is, and they will now be insulting him for not giving you what you are asking for. But sometimes these things are ridiculous. I see certain bills, certain things that, girls ask from men. Ha! I mean, I'm like, what are you? But then sometimes I don't even blame them so much, because men are also the enablers of these things. It's because they see other men do it. They feel that every man should do it. So Men, you people, to an extent, you should share in the blame because you are the enablers. Last, if you're not giving them, they will not be asking. Exactly. They don't see other men give to other girls. They will not be asking themselves. Those girls that have men who spend on them like that, do they have two heads? What are they using? Is it Kayamata? I mean, what are they doing that they are not doing? And all of those questions come. So, first off, do not be unreasonable in your demands, and I feel like you should not even be making unnecessary demands except you actually need help. And if you're dating a man who is sincere, who is true to you and himself, you need help, he will see it, and then he will come in handy. He will come through for you without you even asking. So your support, you need your man's support. You need some sort of financial assistance, maybe with business or with school, and you're dating a sensible man who also has the means to support you. He'll go ahead and do it. You ask nicely, or you don't ask, he just notices and he decides to help you. You're appreciative, you're grateful, and all of that. But then a lot of things happen in relationships these days, like money relationship stories wear me out. Like, I'm so scared for this generation. Marriage, it will get tougher. I was in the midst of a group of people today, and they were arguing about the reason for the divorce rates. Oh Lord, it's a whole lot. And I was going to respond at a point, but then another woman beats me to it, because I really didn't want to talk. Because I was I was actually distracted. My mind was, I was worried about something I had to take care of, so I was in the mood to start arguing and everything. So, but then when this man said what I wanted, said something, I was going to respond, but then a woman beat me to it. And then so he went, look at Olu Jacobs and Joke Silva. So he was talking about, women being submissive and not being submissive. And then he's like, so Olu Jacobs he has been sick. He has, I think he has dementia. Now, is it dementia or Alzheimer's? Lately, when it was rumored that he was dead, and then I'm like, Nigerians, can you please rest? The man is not dead. He's just 84 or 83. Calm down, please. Kilo call, kilo day. Anyway, so this person made reference to Olu Jacobs and his marriage with Joke Silva, and then they said, Joke Silva has been with him, and then this and that. I'm like, hold up, you are comparing Joke Silva to who? Do you know what sort of a husband Olu Jacobs has been? I bet you, if Olu Jacobs has been a terrible husband in the last maybe 50 years, I can't remember how long exactly they've been married, but they are probably counting 40 something years or so. But if he has been a terrible husband in his time of need, in this time of sickness, the old age and the sickness, I mean, look at Olu Jacobs and look at Joke Silva. Not like she's young herself, but she is in a much better state, physically at least. If he had been a terrible husband, what are the odds? And if he has been a terrible husband, and then she's the type of woman who doesn't have the patience for, do you know what it means to deal with a sick person? To take care of a sick person, a sick spouse, seeing them in that state where they are more like vegetables, you have to do almost everything for them. And then somebody thinks that if Joke didn't think her husband was worth, all of the stress on all of the sacrifices, everything she has to do for him. He has been a great husband. He must have been a great husband for Joke to be with him through thick and thin. And it's simple, really. No sane woman would abandon a man in his time of need just because she can. No sane, take note, I said no sane woman. If a woman leaves a man Because things were going well for him, but suddenly something goes wrong. Maybe his business collapses and then he has no money anymore. What? Go and check where she's not alright. She's not alright. But in a situation where a man has been good to her, he has treated her well, and then maybe things go wrong at the end of the day, she leaves him, then no, she's definitely not right. No sane woman will leave a good man just because things fell apart for him. So when men do this thing, or some men, because people will tell me now that it's not all of you tell me now that you don't do it. When you call in, you should tell me whether you do or not, because I would like to hear. So when some men do this thing where they talk, to women, and then they criticize women who go ahead to ask so much, and then they're waiting for the relationship to end. So when it does, they go back to retrieve everything they got for her during the relationship. I don't know, I find it funny somehow. So if I were to oppose, I would say, bros, you know big past the thing. You gave it when you were in love, right? And if you check well, she was also giving you something. So if you were giving material gifts, if you were giving materially, maybe you were giving gifts and love and attention, she was also giving you love and attention. In some cases, maybe she also gave you gift though, And I think when I noticed that some women were responding to the whole trolling thing going on social media, because I said it's been on for a while on social media. Retrieving things from an ex, men going back to collect the things they bought. So some women who responded, they were saying that the men have been having sex with them. So for some women, they're like, you can't come and take something you bought from me when we're in a relationship, because as much as you say you were giving me this or that, I was also giving you this and that. If you were giving me love, I was giving you love too. You gave me attention, I gave you attention. You gave me sex, I gave you sex too. So if sex was on the table, then you have no right to take back the things you bought for me while you were in that relationship with me, because you were in love with me. And so you give those things on the premise of love. Yes, love is no longer there, but you can just move on without coming to retrieve those things that you bought from me out of love. So some women are saying they will not give it back. They say you should go to court, take them to court, they will not give back. And some men were like, they would most likely not want to retrieve anything from an ex, they will leave it for her, especially if it's an ex who cheated. Maybe the lady cheated. So some were saying they would leave it as karma. So when she sees those things, anytime she wants to use them, her conscience will prick her and be like, okay, so the guy who bought this thing for you, you cheated on him, you treated him badly, that's why the relationship ended. So they feel like it's going to be a constant reminder of what they had that they no longer have, and stuff like that. So tell me, beautiful people, men, have you retrieved an item or items or gifts in the event of a breakup? So you two were together, you were dating, you were doing mende, you were doing migrimore, you were doing lovey-dovey. So the relationship starts and then it ends. Somewhere down the line something happens, and then OT law to the relationship. Yeah. So what happens afterwards? Did you go back to collect all the things you bought? Some of you that like to buy pants and bra, that's why I say, these men, some men will legit tell you they want to buy pants and bra. I don't know, those of you that want to buy pants and bra for a girlfriend, sorry, when you now break up, you can collect the pants. So if it's a pant she has been using, obviously using, please sir, I have a genuine question at this point. If you take back the pants and bra you bought for a girl, what will you not do with it? Please don't tell me you gonna set it ablaze. So will you just go ahead and set it on fire? Is that the next thing you would do? Would that be your line of action? Because really, what will you do with it? You can't wear pants and bra. Or will you wear pants and bra? You can't sell it. They are used. So what will you do with it if you want to go? So that's why it's like people should not be buying pant and bra. So in case something happens in the relationship, you're not gonna ask for pant and bra, because some of you like to buy only pant and bra. You just that place that somebody legit told me one time that place is his he said he focuses he's into underwear. He cares so much about underwear. Like, he wants his woman to, always look sexy. So he's worried about, what she has under. So he's enticed by, beautiful bras and beautiful pants. So whatever she's wearing has to be given to entice him. I say, wahala, you'll be wanting so much. You don't want a lot, please. Anyway, like people that buy pants and bra, like people stop buying pants and bra. Or relationship people, I think you can consider buying pants and bra if you are married. So married people, please buy pants and bra. Okay, you can buy pants and bra. At least that's in marriage. You will not break up and go and say, give me the pants and bra I bought for you. But some people are moving very funny these days. They'll buy pants and bra, and then in the event of breakup, they will tell the girl to return it. How now? She don't they wear and baba. How she want to give you back? Because I don't understand. How does she want to return pants and bra that she has been using? She was like, I didn't think you want to use it for rituals, really. So don't buy pants and bra. Buy other things. You can buy hair. Let me give you pointers. You can buy hair, You can buy dresses, shoes. At least buy things that are tangible that you can collect. For those of you who are in the collecting group, okay, that you can retrieve if you want to, in the event of a breakup. And then if you are a man who feels like, okay, you count your losses, whatever you do. I think it even goes for far as men who train women in schools. You have a girlfriend, or you like a girl, you want to marry her or something, and then she doesn't have money to go to school, or her family members cannot afford to send her to school. You send her to school, and then you are paying after everything, and then she says they do. You count it as a loss. There are some men who will tell you they count it as a loss. For some, they will go and do. They say they are going to swear, they are going to do this and do that, and all those plenty things. Yeah, they have strength, but then again, it's very painful. So with the pain, there's the pain of rejection, of course. So heartbreak coupled with, thinking about what you could have actually used that money to do if you're not spending on somebody going to school. It's a whole lot. Just make a man want to do stuff. So sometimes I don't even blame them for reacting or overreacting, because that can be a very difficult situation. But anyway, you guys, I'll need for you to tell me, would you retrieve gifts from an ex? So in the event of a breakup, would you go and take the things you bought from your ex? And ladies, would you give it back? If you've had an experience, or somebody who collected gifts or something, please let us hear. I'd love to hear. So you guys, share with me your experiences tonight. I'm throwing open the phone lines at this point, okay? So call me, text me, and tell me what it is you do, what you have done, okay? If you have ever retrieved a gift you bought for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, in the event of a breakup, you now said you want to take it back, I'll call in and tell us. Alright, so 0817 0000 951, 0817 0000 951, 0810 9510 951, 0810 9510 951. Can you retrieve a gift you bought for a loved one when you were dating? In the event of a breakup, you can collect it back. Oh yeah, let's talk. Hello. Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You sound as though you're moaning.
Which kind of wahala be this? So hey.
Because I'm thinking of Cloud9, as it just sounded like this.
Which day are you going to come out from that Cloud9? Because it's like you are just. I didn't rent house there.
I'm building a castle there in that cloud 9.
Wahala. I would have joined you because house rent don't cost.
Please join me. Join me. Please. Do.
I'll think about it.
No, think about it, and it has to be a positive answer.
Oh, sharp.
I can't wait.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay. I'm just tired.
Don't worry. I wish I was there to ease your stress. This one that you're saying you're tired. I would have given you some massage from the feet.
Actually, I need the massage. But I got you alright.
Yes. Okay. Others are waiting on the line, so let me just go straight to the point.
Yeah.
For me, I don't support it. It's a no. It's not because it's not necessary.
Okay.
It's not necessary because it doesn't change anything. It's like collect everything. Collect. It doesn't change anything because whether I like it or not, it was a give and take. Because they will not come and say, they will not say that as they're buying gifts and all of that. The ladies, the girls they were buying things for did not put their panties for them. You understand? So it's a give. So it's a give. So they enjoy themselves.
Right.
And they were buying the gifts. And meanwhile, it's not even for me. It's really it's a kind of, it's not really a good idea to entice for a man to entice
with gifts and money.
Yes.
Okay.
No. You don't need to. You are stressing yourself financially. You don't need to stress yourself. It's not about money. See, love cannot be bought. Material things cannot be bought with money. Yeah, love is giving, but you can't buy it. They don't buy it. So for me, those things are stress. So going back to collect.
So it's not something you do.
God forbid. Instead, I would prefer to even I would prefer to even give a goodbye gift.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'll prefer goodbye gift. Okay, we are calling the quiz. We are ending all of it. All right. This is my own way of saying goodbye to. You can have this, so I can use to remember me and all of that. That is how to break up.
All right.
If it's somebody you feel you love so much.
All right.
If it's somebody you feel you are deep into, I'll prefer to give you a gift so that you use it to remember me and all of that. And that is how to do. And you see, everybody will be happy. Everybody will be good. Be okay. It doesn't. The fact that you are retrieving, collecting all what you bought for the person doesn't mean you'll be all right at the end. It doesn't change anything. So all of that is childish and unnecessary. So I can't be part of that.
All right. Thank you.
I hope to hear from Princess today in the text message possible if she's hearing us. Send the text message.
All right.
Yes.
All right, beautiful people. You can send in text messages to 0701-933-9962. Don't worry, I'll call it again. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, what's your name? West, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay.
It's a welcome development program.
Okay.
And I'm just busy going. As for me, to retrieve the gift items you got for your partner, your girlfriend, is not the right thing to do.
Okay.
The first caller did say something like, then the break up gift, something like that. That is the right thing to do.
Is it something you would do?
Yes. And the last thing, I like to ask a question also.
Okay.
For example, if you receive a gift item you bought for your partner, will you also retrieve the Lindremont aspect of it?
Actually,
if you can retrieve this one too, better. But if you cannot retrieve this one, you don't need to retrieve anything from that.
Okay. That's a fair argument. All right. All right, thank you, West. Sending messages to 0701 9339 962 0701 9339 962. Regular text messages, WhatsApp messages as well. Hello.
Good evening.
Good morning.
Good morning. That's what you're saying, but it's in two ways for me.
Okay, what's your name? Your name is?
Innocent.
Innocent, welcome.
Okay. For instance, some people do take their fellow human being for granted.
Okay.
Give them a gift.
Mm.
Right. But on Sunday, today is Monday, someone came to my...
Turn down the volume of your radio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, but I'm just getting a hold back, so...
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay. She started to explain to me, I said, okay, but it's wrong when someone do good to you, you return it and you take advantage of those people. You must not know when you meet those people again. So that's why I say it's in a two ways. If you are really, I don't even know what is called love or all these things, because right, if you give somebody something and it's not in your mind to receive it back, the person is really showing you that is game that she's used to play, because she's like taking, say, I don't love anybody, I'm a hookup girl, that kind of stuff. And he came in a humble nature that I need this thing, and he released it to those person. And he now came back and told you again, say, please, I didn't know that you are trying for me, but give me just a chance. There's somebody that I want to do the same thing that he's about to do to you, because he have really just told you that, see what I'm doing to people. So, when you're looking at it as a human being, what will you do when you have already released some certain thing out of pity? It's not like love, out of pity, and he's using it as an advantage for you, so that
to ask for more.
Yes, to ask for more, and if you didn't give to her, she now brought someone else that you are bigger than, even in your domain, and other people have seen it, and it's like the life that the person is living. So when you look like it, some people want their fellow human being, put them into the world, and they now react. It's not that some guys have living remain to retrieve. No, now that challenge, do you know that a man cannot accept challenge? So men are ego, their shoulder are up, which is the truth. Then when you want to show them that this thing that I'm doing, I have done it for so A, I want to do it for so B, that guy will not take it from you, or you destroy that thing, or you give it back to him. That is the one thing that people don't have in mind to know. And another thing that I hate, personally me, if really he came for a help, relationship, I take this as a give and take, which you have said before. Then somebody see a nakedness. For that, you have seen a nakedness, you have to set trap for you to give her anything that she wanted, because people are in good terms. It's not done that way. When somebody gives you something, at least you remember that guy that gave you that thing sweat over it. Then you have to, at least whatever thing you are doing, stop playing all this hanky-panky. I don't like it. When people are doing it, that's what push many men them to retrieve those things. It's not like when you give something to a person, what are you going to take it back for? Or who are you going to give it to? That's our wife. That is it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Innocent. Okay, so he mentioned the taking for granted part, and that sometimes people can be pushed into doing it. It might be, as a result of, the anger that exists. But I mentioned earlier that I was told of a story of a couple. They were in a relationship, and then the girl cheated. She cheated with her boyfriend's friend. And her boyfriend had done so much for her. The guy who she slept with did not even do anything to measure up to half of what her boyfriend had done to her, well, done for her rather. And I mean, this was the person she went to cheat with. She didn't even try to leave the circle. She decided to cheat inside the circle, and then she was taken for granted, like she was played. So if her boyfriend decided to take back everything he bought for her, the iPhone, I think the iPhone 12 or something, this one, that one, and those, he took back everything he bought for her, because he's like, okay, please, since this one will do to keep you now, oh yeah, go and follow the one that gave you less. Maybe that's the type of relationship that you want. So it's something and I do understand that sometimes it could be, as a result of the way the breakup happened, which is quite understandable to an extent. All right, keep your calls coming in. I want to talk to everybody, please. So if I haven't taken your call, just keep it coming, because I will take it. I will take your calls, okay? And I will read your messages, all right? I just need you to do me a favor, please. Send in your messages as quickly as possible, all right? Type away, type as fast as possible. Send them in, because I want to take everybody's messages, okay? All the messages I'll be getting in. I'll be getting tonight. I want to take them, all right? I don't want to miss out on anyone. I don't want to leave out anyone. And I want as many thoughts as possible. All right, so keep your calls coming in, and of course your messages. Okay, let's get back to the phone lines. Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Good morning.
Sorry. Good morning. Overexcitement, they do me.
Excitement. Have you fixed your phone? Because I know that's what can get you excited.
I haven't fixed it yet. I haven't.
So what are you excited about?
Maybe because I'm hearing your voice. I don't know.
Oh well. That's a thing to be excited about. Actually, I agree.
Oh goodness, man. I mean, baby, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm trying to be fine.
Well.
I'm sorry. I'll be fine though. I think I should be fine. Only that just yesterday morning, to say hi to my girlfriend, her voice was really, really down, and I was like, "What is it? What is the problem?" And she told me her closest cousin, the closest of all, lost her life.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's sad, but that is not even the most annoying thing, or what made it sad. What made it more sad is that she's just 19 and she died out of abortion.
Okay. Wow.
Exactly. It spoiled my mood that morning, yesterday morning, so much. I was on myself yesterday morning. So she told me that kind of news.
That's serious. Lots of things are happening with the kids these days.
It's really crazy. All right. Funny enough, this kind of thing, just what happened, and breakup. Yeah, like you said earlier, the way the breakup could happen warrant a guy to,
retrieve the things he bought.
Exactly. But personally, I will also want to ask a question at the end of my interview. So, personally, I would not take anything back. If it's bra, if it is pants, if it is phone, if it is phone, I won't take anyone back, so that she will see how much I've moved on, and she will also see a replacement, in quotes.
Yeah.
Even though even though I don't have an ex, but for real, if I was in that position, I would love to leave everything with her, especially the phone, so that she would see a replacement.
Okay.
I called somebody somebody on Twitter once said she saw a replacement and she felt so bad because the replacement was almost like an upgrade of who she was to the guy. That kind of stuff. So that's just it for me. But my question is this: if it was the lady who did all the buying, will she take things back?
Okay.
Exactly. So I'll love you and probably the guys to answer this question. If it was the lady who did all the buying, will she take things back? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Casey. That's actually a good question, no? Because we don't get to hear. But then again, the argument would be that women don't gift men so much. Yeah. Women don't they're not exactly in the habit of gifting. That most times it's the man who does the spending. The whole giving thing only happens where the woman is, well funded and she gifts, certain things. But I think when women give, their own giving is on a different level. A woman who has her money, we're not talking about peanuts, we're talking large quantity, sometimes even assets. So it's a whole lot. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, what's your name?
I want to answer Innocent again.
Okay.
I want to answer the question that he asked.
Okay.
We have a presentation here. We are arguing about when you give and you receive feedback. It's not that if a lady gives, a lady can give. I've seen some lady that bought car for a guy, rented the house for a guy. But when he rented the house, or when he gave a guy a gift, he will not be able, because the guy is keeping the conduct. The board of contention that he gave somebody something, you said something earlier, what warrants the breakout or the heart failure. That's what brought the incident that took place before the reason of those things. If a lady gives you something, then you know really that he gave it that. I want to answer Casey direct. I've said it before, I'll still tell it again. There is no any guy that gives anything to a girl that has a mind to the feedback. When a girl started to use it as a player, he provoked him. Let us tell ourselves the gospel truth here. So that is the thing.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So guys, what do you think? First off, do you think it's okay to retrieve gifts from an ex-lover in the event of a breakup? The things you bought, the things you gifted this person out of love. Would it be okay for you to go back and take those things when the relationship ends? And be it male or female. We know that it's more on the side of the men. But then, when women gifts, do you go take it back? Is it, that is apart from sex? So, because when I looked at the comment section, so women, I noticed that there were a group of people who were women or girls who were talking about the fact that they had sex. Like if sex was involved in a relationship, the guy has no business going to take those items back and everything. So you would begin to wonder, if you're not, if sex is what you felt would be the equivalent of the items you received, then a couple of years ago, this guy who was toasting me in the university told me relationship is legal prostitution. He just went ahead to say it was legal prostitution and I looked at this guy in awe, because I'm like, how can somebody be so clueless? And you were toasting me, I'm like, is this like your final resort? He was just telling me how, and I'm like, he went ahead to say, the guy gives the girl money and then the girl spares her leg at the end of the day. And I think it got to this point because he had tried, the things in his book and it wasn't working, because I didn't like him. I didn't want to date him. Plus, I didn't really do undergraduate boys. I've always aimed higher. I'm sorry, but I've always been a big girl, Even when I was really small, I was really small. But then if I don't tell you how old I am, you will not know. So, what gives. But I didn't like the whole idea of having a relationship with somebody who was in school, worse still, my department or my faculty. I know they follow and they do those things, so please, I know they do. Yes, I know that you can actually love somebody in school, marry and all that, but it didn't happen for any of my classmates. Even the ones who dated themselves, nobody married anybody. Yes, let me just tell you that. So we are moving on. But then, so this guy, I think he got to that point where I said, I think I was out of excuses, because it felt like everything I was telling him, he wasn't buying. The different strategies, the different no's I was saying, he wasn't buying, he wasn't bulging. So I think he got to that point where I told him, okay, if we're going to date, it was going to be void of sex. I told him, look, I'm not interested in having sex with you. I wasn't ready to have sex. I didn't have, and then he went on, then what's the point of the relationship? That's like legit what he said to me. He just went, so okay, so if you don't want to have sex, then what's the point of the relationship? I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? He says, relationship is legal prostitution. The guy gives the girl money, and then in exchange the girl gives him sex. So if there's no sex, I'll be giving you money. If I'm giving you money, what would you be giving to me? I'm like, first off, there's no amount of money you want to give to me that my father cannot give me. So carry your money and do what? Disembark. But then my point is, the narrative, the argument that there has been an exchange of sex, or that the lady has used sex to make up for whatever gifts the guy has given, and so that alone is like her reward for spreading her legs for the guy has been the gifts, the monies and all of that. It's some sort of reward. So the guy is not supposed to come back to collect those things because they've been having sex. When I followed the argument, some girls legit came from that point of view. They said, look, maybe you don't sleep with this person. She has been spreading her legs for you. As long as she has been having sex with you, you have no business collecting anything from her. The things you bought for her were simply the reward, what you were giving to her because you were in love with her, because you people were naked. So if you were having sex, that was the whole ish. There shouldn't have been any collection, any retrieval whatsoever, because she has paid her dues, and she paid her dues via the missionary, the 6ix9ine, the doggy, all the things that people were doing, all the bend your waist, bend your back, arc your back, all the arcing things that you, because all the arcing things that you do, when you're telling them that they should arc and do this, and you now come to even insult them, they don't know how to arc and keep their backs in the proper positions for able to do your doggy style. You do not know that when you buy a gift, you not collect it back. So that's the narrative you get. That's narrative that a lot of people paint, and to a large extent that's where it's coming from. So let me get your thoughts, beautiful people. I'll take messages shortly. I'll get started with some of the messages you have sent in, so keep it coming. Meanwhile, let me know what it is for you. Can you retrieve gifts you have given to someone? So in the event of a breakup, you gave gifts inside the relationship. I'm not even talking about giving outside the relationship. I'm talking about inside the relationship. You were dating somebody and gifts given happened. Maybe you gave, your partner also gave, or something. If your partner came to collect the gifts from you, would you give back? Let's even say you were at the receiving end. Let's say you were at the receiving end. Even men, because I know there are women who give. There are women who give men gifts. So if you were at the receiving end as a man, and a woman says, we don't break up, give me back the boxers and singlet I bought for you, would you give her back? Would you give it back to her? Well, tell me. Hello? Hello? Hi, good morning. Can you talk louder, please? Oh, I'm sorry. Try calling again. 0817 000951. 0817 0000 951 0810 9510 951 0810 9510 951. You can also send in text messages to 0701 9339 962 0701 9339962. Regular text messages and of course WhatsApp messages as well. So tell me what it is you would do given the circumstance. Would you be collecting and returning? Because it happens both ways at the end of the day. I know women who give gifts to their men. So as a man, if a woman gives you, would you? And she says you should give her back. Would you give her back? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening.
Yes, good morning.
Oh, sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay. This is Promise calling from Rumusi, PH.
All right. Welcome, Promise.
Yes, I think I had experience like that before some years ago. And it happened that, there are some women that have this character. I cannot explain, but I bought something for her, and later, with the issue we have, based on the issue we have, she tore the things I bought for her.
She tore?
Yes.
Oh, She decided to destroy it.
Huh?
She decided to destroy it though.
Destroy, yes. So later, it was after a year later, I bought something for her. She acted, she cheated now. So with that anger, I have to go and, pick it. So, though the parents were aware of our relationship.
Okay.
So they came and they were like, why would I do things like that? So I said, okay, let her come and pick it. So that is it. But in that thing you are saying concerning exchanging sex with it, that thing, I think the both parties who owns the sex, is there any particular person that owns the sex? Because
so it's both of them that enjoyed it.
The both parties enjoyed it. So I don't think anything that you pay for sex or you collect money for sex. So I don't buy that idea. So if somebody is giving something, you want to use the name of you. If a woman, concerning the woman, you want to collect collect your material things you bought because of sex now. Though some people can still do it. But that one, I don't think.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let me get your thoughts. Keep your messages coming in. I'll take messages shortly. Our time is running. And don't worry, I'll just try to reduce my singing. Yeah, my singing voice is terrible, I know. Okay, so what would you do in that situation? Are you taking back the items you bought, or you leave it for them? Some people said they will leave it. For some, I think Music Emperor said he would even buy a goodbye gift. So anytime you see the gift, you remember the person that gave it to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning, dear Mark of Port.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, sister.
Welcome.
Yeah. In my own case, I'm married.
Yeah.
But there was a child sick I was taking care of.
Okay.
I rented the flat for her. And then I paid her clearance in the school where she graduated.
Okay.
Then, before I paid that money, I was expecting some money. The money was not forthcoming. Then she encouraged me that I should try and help her, that she needs a certificate so that she can be able to, look for a job. So in order for me to assist her, I sold my property in Port Harcourt here for 20M. Then I now opened a joint account for me and her. I deposited 5M in that joint account. Out of love. I thought I was doing it out of love. I did not know I was under a spell. I deposited 5M in that account. Then I used some money in my hand. I did a clearance for her. She got a certificate. But I discovered that she will be telling me lies. She said she will travel to the village. She wants to go and see her mom. Her mom is sick. I will buy her provisions, everything. She will travel. She said she will spend 2 weeks with her mom. From 2 weeks, it will become 1 month. 1 month to a month and 2 weeks. Then, eventually, one day I traveled to her village and met her mom.
Oh, you did?
Yes, in order to find out whether actually she's in the village, because she told me she's in the village. Each time I called, she would say she's in the village. The mom now told me she has not seen her. I said, she told me she's with you in the village, and I even bought provisions for her and gave her some money to give to you. The mother told me nothing like that.
But you said you were under a spell. So how did you know?
I now called. I am telling you. Let me finish so I hear the detail of the story.
Okay.
So I now called her. Say, where are you now? In the presence of the mom, that put you on speaker. She was telling me, I'm with my mom. My mom is sick. That very soon I will be back. The mom said I should give her the phone, and I gave the phone to the mother. The mother said, "You will not kill me before my time." So you used me to lie. Why are those things you collected from this man that is a good man? That is why you have not got. You are not yet married. You continue to lie. Look at this good man. He gave you something to come and give me. Now I'm not seeing the thing, and the man is here. And when I was going to our mother's place, I bought provisions and other things for the mother. So the mother was very happy with me. So when she heard the voice of her mother, she became ashamed. She no longer talked. Even the room, because there was a time I asked her, how are you managing the village? She said she's sleeping in the same room with her mother. She don't have the room of her own at that age. I said, okay. At 27, we are supposed to have your own room. She said there is no room for her. I said, okay, so let's go to travel to her village then. There is a room, but there is no furniture. The room is not well kept. I paid for tilers. They tiled the place. Painters, they painted everywhere. I put ceiling fan, standing fan, home theater. Make the giant foam. Make the place decent for her. As a girl, I thought I was about marrying, not knowing that she placed me under a spell. So, all this period that she traveled and was lying to me, I was in the flat one day. I opened the wardrobe. I saw a big chain with padlock, locked. I said, what is this chain doing here? So I now look for a heavy object and break the chain, lose the padlock. Immediately, I realized myself, so what am I doing here? Because sometimes I will spend 2 weeks in that flat without going to my matrimonial home. My home where I have my wife. I will spend the time there. So as I broke that chain, I started asking myself questions. What am I doing here? But the question you ask, is it good to retrieve properties or what you have done for a lady? It's absurd for anybody to do that. And you leave it for her to use it in remembering you that when the both of you, the things was well with you, that this was what you did for her. So I did not collect any of the things I bought for her. I only walked away and peace reigned. I realized myself that I was under a spell. What in local parlance they call it cotnomy. He was using charm on me. So since then I walked away and I realized myself that actually I was doing all those things out of spare. The money I deposited in a joint account, sometimes I will see debit alert. She collect money, she bought handbags, shoes. I said, look, me that deposited the money, I've not, except when I take my car to the fuel station. Sometimes I will withdraw 20 to buy fuel. For you, 200,000. She will withdraw without without even first calling me to inform me that, look, this is what I want to do. I will always be receiving a debit alert. So what I did was to transfer some of the money from that account to another account and left some few money in that account until I dissolved the relationship with her. That is how it ended. So some of these ladies, they are using charm on men, it's not clear eye, for you to buy expensive things for them. While you, sometimes, you find it very difficult to buy a shoe of 150,000 for yourself. A girl will be buying a wig for 150,000 or 250,000, and you are the one paying for it.
So you're saying your own was not clear eyes, Abby?
Yes.
So what of those people who do it with clear eyes? When you discovered when you got back your senses, when your eyes cleared, you retrieved those things you bought for her?
No, I said it will be absorbed now for you to do that. I left her.
Okay, you left everything. Then the joint account, Uncle, what happened to the joint account?
The joint account, I said, when I realized the rate at which she was withdrawing money from the account was becoming unbecoming. So what I did was to transfer some of the money from that account to another account. Then left some money in case I just take as the money that I left for her to use. I left it in that account for her. Okay. And then I ended the relationship. But it was under a spell. Most men, by then, when I have not realized that I was under a spell, I was thinking it is love. That everything I was doing was out of love. Until I discovered that chain in that wardrobe. And I destroyed the chain, removed the padlock. Then I realized myself, I started asking myself, what am I doing here? Is this my house? I have my property where my house is, and my wife and children are staying. But I refuse to, when I go to my house, I will feel uncomfortable. If I come to the side chick house, the flat where I rented for her, that's where I will be feeling comfortable. So it was a spell. So some of the men who are doing what they are doing, they are under spell. It's not local balance, but no me. They took no portion for you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you for sharing that story with us. Even though I know a lot of men who gift without being under any form of spell. What if your experience was different, that it was a spell? Okay. Your eyes have cleared. Congratulations. But then I know people who gift because that is like the normal thing to do when you're in a relationship. You want to gift the person you are with, and if you are dating a normal person too, you should also receive gifts, because men are not the only ones who should gift. Yes, they gift more in some occasions, but then it's not like gifting should be meant for the men alone. Women should also gift, because that is what love is about. Love gives. Let's not even play around it. Okay, let me get to some messages here before we go. Okay, this one says, please, Amaka, women don't offer much gift in a relationship once sex is involved. It's the guys that buys all the gifts. Oh, really? So you agree that women, from this lines, you are saying that women use sex to equate gifts, eh? Okay. Oh, sorry. I wanted to take that call before, but please try calling again. So he says, it's the guys that buys all the gifts. So back to your question, I don't think I can collect anything back from a girl. Relationships that doesn't end in marriage is a collateral damage. Oh, no withdrawal for beer bank, only deposit. Waiting be beer bank, I beg. No point taking back anything, whichever way, whether the man buys or the woman. Oh, okay, no point taking back anything. This one says, lovely greetings, Amaka. When you give somebody an item, it has become theirs, as gifting is different from lending, actually, and therefore forcefully taking it back because of a heartbreak isn't courtesy. Should I gift a partner who eventually cheats on me later, I'd be very disheartened, but won't request for it. I'm Michael from Uofe. Hi, Michael, thank you for texting. So maybe you give somebody who eventually does you dirty, which is going to be a sad situation, no? Because it's a whole lot, and it's not even something that would be easy to bear, something that will be easy to bear, because I mean, lots of people go through disappointments, heartbreaks, and all of that differently. We all have there are different ways we process grief. We process grief and pain in different ways. So, I mean, it might not be easy for you, but it might be easy for the next person. So that is how dynamic life is. Okay. Anyway, I would say for me, that's why in relationships, don't gift what you cannot afford to lose. So if I think that message I read here says collateral damage. So don't gift what you cannot let go of. Yeah, if you know say it go paying you, guy, keep it keep it in your pockets. So if you know that you buy hair, if you buy hair 100k, it's to do you like this, like that, please keep it in your pockets. Don't buy. But if you know that you can buy and you'll be alright, then no one. Alright? Not a problem. Please go ahead and enjoy yourself. If you know that whatever happens, nothing is shell, you won't mind, you can go ahead and enjoy yourself. Alright? That's what I feel you should do. That's how I think it should be done. This message here says, good morning, I'm Jackson. For me, retrieving the items is not necessary, but I can't blame those guys that do such, because it's very painful to see a girl you sacrifice the money for. You sacrifice the money you labor and suffer for. Do what? This message is not complete, but let me help you to complete it. And maybe you mean what you wanted to write is, it's very painful for you to see a girl you labored, you sacrifice the money you labored for, cheat on you, or go be with another man. It's painful both ways, but then again, life happens, and just because you love somebody doesn't mean that they will love you back. That is it's part of life. A lot of things happen, and you just need to put yourself in that space where you tell yourself that, okay, if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, still fine. You would do it right. You would learn. There are people you meet to learn from, not necessarily because you're supposed to be with them. That you cannot have 10 soulmates. Please, you just pick up the lessons. Some of them are even with lessons in the long run, but then you pick up what you have gathered and you move on. As it's easier said than done, so don't even get it twisted. Don't think that because I just said it like that, that's how it will be. Lie. In most cases, it's a pain. It's campaign. I understand that it can be painful, but then you have to do what you have to do so you can move on. Because there will be a point where moving on is the only option you have to take. So you would have to move on in that instance. It's been beautiful doing lovey-dovey with you guys. I mean, it's Tuesday now, so hopefully we'll have lovey-dovey again tonight if everything goes according to plan. But if it doesn't, we'll try again tomorrow. Okay? So if everything is according to plan tonight, now, songs precede lovey-dovey. So once you just begin to hear songs, just know that your girl is in the building for lovey-dovey, okay? But if lovey-dovey doesn't happen tonight, it will happen tomorrow, Wednesday. If it doesn't happen on Wednesday, it will happen on Thursday, okay? So just keep checking. And yes, be hopeful. Thank you, beautiful people, for texting. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for listening. And I understand that the network messed up some people's because I kept on seeing the what's it called now? I was blinking, but then it was just a whole lot. I'm sorry, network is the Nigeria we live in. So sorry about if network prevented you from calling. Hopefully we'll get to talk tomorrow, or today. Anyway, yeah, like tonight. All right, beautiful people, stay safe. Make sure to continue listening to Today 95.1 FM, because as you can already tell, we bring you premium content only. All right, so make sure to keep it locked with us right here on this dial. I'm the Amaka of Port Harcourt. I mean, the host with the most. I mean, lots of things and more. So I'm saying, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, okay? Be as happy as you can be. And through it all, make sure to love. Continue to love the people that you love, all right? And then, of course, if they reciprocate, fine. If they don't reciprocate, I mean, what matters is that you love. But please don't love who will not love you back home. Don't, so that you don't misfire. It was that song, that line in Ugo Chisman on Fire. One target, nakam pokum. Yeah. So please don't misfire, okay? Unrequited love is painful as well. So if you're going to be loving, love who love you back, or at least if they're giving you green lights, know how you're going to channel the love. Just be sure that it's coming too from them before you pour in more. Don't love somebody who doesn't love you. Okay, let me take one more message before we go. This one says, for me, I will not take the gift back from my BF because he will use the gift and remember me. This one is from Blessing. Alright, Blessing says she will not take the gift back from her ex, that's now your ex-BF, because he will use the gift to remember her. All right, thank you, Blessing, for texting. Thank you so much for texting. And that's so much I can take. I want to sign out with Chike's Amen. Yeah, so you guys enjoy Chike's Amen, and maybe another beautiful song from Chike. It's something to make sure you have yourselves a wonderful night rest. I mean, let me do run now. You guys, you trust that I'll make you happy. So all right, beautiful people, enjoy the rest of your day. All right, you can follow me on everything social media at the Amaka Felix. Until I come your way again, which is hopefully tonight, make sure that you stay safe.
You know, say I love you. I love you. Oh my love, I want you by my side. You know I'll make you laugh. I want you to be happy, oh my love, will you stay in my life? I never want you to go away from me. Don't go away from me. I like it that you're happy, baby. Like it that you're happy with me. Like it that you won't be with me. Oh, say now who I can be. Like it that you want to love me. Baby, do you see that I'm so happy? So happy. Say you said for true to me. Oh, and only you will be my lover. Amen. From January till December. Amen. From December till forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen. 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 I won't stop loving you. Amen. Amen. This love not for me and you. Amen. Oh baby, take my hand together. Oh, we'll